morning, kids. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Abyss AM edition. I'm your host, of course, the Eternal Abyss. Moving my chair here 1 moment. Oh, good God. Okay. Oh boy, here we are. Another morning. Another round of absolute baloney that you hear in the news. What else is new? I'm sorry I'm late. I try to do this stuff around no later than 10, but hey, things happen, and I was not able to get my computer until now, so here we are. And we're gonna talk about, of course, a little bit of what's happening in the news. I hope you have your coffee. I have mine, of course. Still very hot. Gonna have to wait for it to cool down a little bit. Let's see here. Whoa, what was that? Got all sorts of beeping here happening. Oh, yeah. Oh, just remember there was something I needed to do. I'll take care of that right after the stream. So, isn't it interesting that, there's already retaliation happening from China. Essentially, one of the big news of the day is that China is closing down the American consulate. Let's see. I had this news item up in it. I would. See, I hate how Twitter organizes stuff. It's really, really, really stupid. Oh, here we go. Found it. In Chengdu, China. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, I've butchered many a thing before. So China orders closure of U.S. consulate in Chengdu following Washington's demand to shut Chinese outpost in Houston. Clear retaliation. This is clearly a childish, retort to what was demanded here in the United States. And I mean, we have legitimate reason here in the United States to be concerned about China's activities. The whole privacy issue with TikTok and other apps and spying and things of that nature. So it doesn't surprise me that China would reply in kind, saying, "Oh, you're going to close down one of ours, we're going to close down one of yours," that sort of thing. Which is, at that point, like the retaliatory shutting down of a consulate or something like that, generally is pretty dumb, I find. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really accomplish anything. And here's what I mean. It's like the country that made the first step is the one that actually looks better in that situation. Because you have the situation of another country then looking like a child. That's going, "Oh, I'm going to retaliate in a similar fashion because, you pissed me off." So to me, that doesn't necessarily make China look any better in this situation. In fact, it actually makes them look worse because instead of trying to work with the United States government, instead of trying to acknowledge the problems that they have, instead of acknowledging that, they've been doing some pretty ridiculous stuff with intellectual property theft, with how they handled the pandemic as well, including that, but with spying, data mining, privacy, they have not been friendly neighbors. Let's just put it that way. And they really need to focus, in my opinion. They would really need to focus on making things right, fixing the problems that they have, instead of just being this world bully where they're just trying to grab everything, trying to gain and amass an enormous amount of power. They should really be more concerned about their citizens and their economy, which has experienced a huge shrink, mostly due to their own, due to their own making. Really, they're responsible for all this nonsense. So it would make more sense to me, like if I was a world leader in that country, if I was a leader of that country, let's put it even that way, I would very much focus more on those kind of problems that they have, instead of going, oh yeah, you did that to me, I'm gonna do that to you, neener. It doesn't seem like a very wise course of action, is all I'm saying. But moving on, I don't want to dwell too much on that. Let's see now. Other interesting news items is let's see here. And again, Twitter just keeps goofing on what I'm trying to do here. So, I'm getting really tired of this whole stupid statue thing. Apart from the stupid statue thing, what's really getting me tired is for years and years and years, the Italian American community has been attacked over and over and over in regards to Christopher Columbus. Yet again, overnight, in the darkness of night, hidden from people, what does Mayor Lightfoot do of Chicago? This absolute incompetent moron. She removes a statue of Christopher Columbus. She brings a crew in the middle of the night, and they remove the statue. And one even news article describes the statue as controversial. First of all, there is nothing controversial about Christopher Columbus. Anything controversial about Christopher Columbus as a historical figure is purely fiction. It is made up controversy. Christopher Columbus did nothing to deserve the scorn that he receives in this day and age, by academia primarily. The accusations levied at that man are beyond ridiculous. And there's no truth to any of the accusations. The man came to the East Indies, according to him. He was trying to find the East Indies to spread. He felt that he had this mission from God. He was a very devout Catholic. He did not go with any intentions of harming people. He didn't go with any intentions of conquering people. There's accusations of biological warfare because of the blankets and the fact that the natives didn't have the same immune systems as the Europeans. So they're saying that Christopher Columbus engaged in biological warfare. They didn't even know what germs and viruses were. And it's just disgusting to me. And they also removed another statue in Little Italy in Chicago as well. And my question is this: where's the Italian American community on this? And where, why do people allow mayors to do this? She just decided this unilaterally. It's not like there was a vote. This is the thing. This is a huge abuse of power on her part. She took this action unilaterally. What the hell is that? Don't the people get a say? Don't the people get a vote? No, apparently not. And this is the problem with when you have people like Mayor Lightfoot in power. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous to remove that statue. There's no reason for it. And anyone who says that there is reason for it, they are absolutely ignorant and wrong about this whole situation with Christopher Columbus. You don't know what you're talking about. Simple. You saw me on CNN last night? Hey, Destructor, welcome to the stream. What do you mean you saw me on CNN last night? I don't know what you're talking about, DSP official. Did I miss something? Did I just wake up? Oh, you're asking if I did just woke up. Not really. I've been up since like 7 in the morning. I guess that okay. I wish I was a guest commentator on CNN. I tell them how amazingly dumb they are all the time. No, I've been up since 7:30 or so, and it's just been slow for me to get going today. That's all. I'm just tired. And honestly, I'm not feeling all that great. But I'm committed to my schedule. I'm trying to stick to the schedule. Rain or shine. But yeah. This is the world we live in. We live in a clown world, basically. That's what it is. It's a clown world. But moving on. Moving on with what's happening with the news and articles and things like that. So, another thing that I saw that I thought was really weird and dumb in general is the Justice Department Inspector General opens an investigation into DOJ's involvement in Portland. Why? Why? So the DOJ's IG, Michael Horowitz, announced on Thursday that it has opened an investigation to look into the use of force allegations against the DOJ, law enforcement in Portland and Washington, D.C. The Inspector General opened the investigation after calls from Congress to do so. So this is purely political, obviously. Um, Purely political. I mean, if Congress has pushed them to do this, you can tell, it's just it's political BS. Because the mayor of Portland isn't doing anything to stop the violence that you have in the protests. DC, they're not doing anything. Seattle, they didn't do anything. They're still not doing anything. Minneapolis, they razed the city to the ground, and then they asked for federal money to rebuild it. Sheer insanity. You can't even believe that. It's just dumb. It's just dumb in general. It's a clown world after all. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. And the thing that's frustrating about when you hear things like that, like you hear the IG opening ridiculous, stupid, politically driven investigations, and you hear about these mayors just acting as mini dictators, unilaterally making decisions without votes, without representation. The thing that's surprising to me about all this is that with all the structures that are put in place in government on all levels, from the federal and the state level, these are all built with checks and allegedly built with checks and balances into it. But where are these checks and balances when people run amok this way? When you have people like de Blasio that's just doing whatever the hell he wants, and he's causing a lot of problems in New York City, for example, and rising crime. Where is the recourse for people like Gretchen Whitmer, who denied medication, first of all, to people, which would lead directly to their deaths? What about Governor Cuomo putting sick people in nursing homes? Removal of these statues without any sort of vote. Not providing any sort of security to their citizens when you have people rioting, looting, setting places on fire. I mean, it's really, really surprising to me that there really isn't any recourse for that. There should be. But you want to tell me that if there's just a simple majority of one political party, you basically have a dictatorship? I'm sorry, to me that seems very bad. I think there needs to be some serious restructuring of how our government, on all levels, work. I really don't think that a simple majority should mean that a mayor becomes a king or an emperor of a city, or that a governor does that. On what authority do they do that? They don't have the authority to do that. But now it's too late. Like, even if you go through this whole procedure of taking this up through the courts, or you go through some sort of local legislative procedure to remove, like, Mayor Lightfoot, this absolute moron, or Governor Newsom, or any other of these horrible governors and mayors that are doing nothing but harm and not really addressing the real problems of their cities. Because this is the thing. I mean, at least if they were doing the stupid stuff and they were actually addressing the issues that they were having, maybe one could say, well, okay, you did do a lot of stupid stuff, but at least you're fixing the problems. No, it's just these ridiculous empty gestures that don't resolve anything. All it does, it galvanizes people more. It pisses off people more, and you're not creating unity. For example, if you think removing the statue is going to make people happier, you're absolutely wrong. You're just going to make people more angry. Kind of like the bull crap that you see with what happened with the New York Yankees and with the baseball thing here that happened recently. We talked about this last night during the stream, where every player and the coaches kneeled. Which is absolutely disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. Makes me want to throw up when I see shit like that. And everybody's praising Kaepernick over the fact that he kneeled like a jackass. No, there is nothing praiseworthy about disrespecting all the sacrifices that people have made to give them the privilege to earn millions of dollars on the back of this so-called racist and terrible country, to then just spit on the graves of these soldiers and Americans that have sacrificed themselves to make America what it is today. And I don't want to hear arguments of, oh, but they have a right to protest. No, it's not a matter of a right to protest. It's never been a matter of a right to protest. That never was the argument. It's a matter of respect. It's a matter of respect for the flag, respect for the country, respect for every single individual that spilled blood for this country. That's what it's about. And everybody on that field, including the coaches and all this crap that they did, that shows you who they are. They're not Americans. They're not patriots. And if they want to protest, they have a right to protest. They can do it off the job, not on the job. They're on the job there, and they're getting the milk and honey and the benefits of being baseball players. All the millions of dollars, all the endorsements, all the bull crap that they get. While people are out of a job and paying them to watch the game. And this is what they do. No, I say basically fuck you to every single one of those players and coaches and anybody who kneels during the game, during the anthem. Frankly, they can go fuck themselves. I usually don't want to use all that kind of foul language in my videos. I really don't. I want to try and keep it rated R-ish. Or I want to keep it TV friendly, so to speak. But this is something that really pisses me off. You know, as a good Catholic, I'm not supposed to use bad words. And I try not to. But what can you do? And I'm not in a, like I said, I'm not feeling all that great, so I'm not in a very self-censoring mood right now as well. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. It just really annoys me when I see this stuff like this. Not so much for the act of them doing that, because people will do stupid things. I expect people to do stupid things. But the fact that you have all these people praising them. You have all these people saying, oh, this is validation for Kaepernick. No, it's not. It's not validation for Kaepernick. They're morons. If you don't like the United States, leave. And if you have earned money from this so evil country, return it. Why should you reap the benefits of working and living in the United States, get millions of dollars, and then do nothing but take a crap on the country that gave you the milk and honey to begin with? That is the height of hypocrisy. No. They don't deserve any praise whatsoever. And I'm not going to give them any praise whatsoever. Frankly. Grateful Dead is trending for some reason. Let's check out why. I have no idea. I don't know, some of these trends make no sense to me. And I'm not going to spend that much time just going through like 100 different posts just to figure out why the hell people are talking about the Grateful Dead, for example. Taylor Swift has come out with a new surprise album, apparently, called Folklore. I'm not going to listen to it. I don't give a crap about it. She's an idiot. I'm in a very foul mood this morning, aren't I? No, I mean, listen. She decided to go all political. And that's fine. Up to her. To me, frankly, all her music sounds the same. I haven't heard anything of hers that really sticks out in my mind. You know, this is not really a critique of Taylor Swift so much. It's more of a critique of modern music. I don't know, because if you've noticed, you know, you have some really iconic bands and songs in the past that have transcended time, essentially. You have, like, songs by Elvis, by Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson. You have, you know, on all different genres. You have these songs that are just iconic. You have Queen, Prince, Michael Jackson, you know. You have these singers and songs that no matter how much time passes, the first thing you think of when you think of like Michael Jackson is like, oh, Bad. And Billie Jean. And when you think of Prince, it's like, oh, Kiss. And Purple Rain. When the Doves Cry. And Johnny Cash, you know, Ring of Fire. Walk the Line. Things like that. It's just these iconic songs that just stick so much in your mind. When you hear Taylor Swift, or I don't know, Selena Gomez, or you know, Miley Cyrus. What's so there's nothing of theirs that's just like, oh, this song is like, Katy Perry, Rihanna. The only song of Rihanna that to me was a little bit more along those lines of kind of more iconic, really stuck out in your brain, and it's only because I remember hearing it a lot when it came out. It's not because it really gained any sort of status like Ring of Fire or any song by Willie Nelson, really. Was Umbrella. But that wasn't even anything special by itself if you really think about it. So I don't know. I think today music has gone through a lot of transformations here and a lot of changes, and it's not so much about, in my view, it's not so much about making like iconic music anymore. And I don't even know. See, this is the funny thing. I don't even necessarily think that they went into making music back then with the idea of creating music that was so iconic. It just flowed in that direction. It happened to be that way because the songs were just just gained a life of their own because of the writing, the arrangement, the singer themselves. They weren't just dime a dozen singers that came out, and there were those kind of singers too. Like in the 50s, there are so many bands that are completely unheard of nowadays that released stuff in the 1950s and 60s. They were just one, two little things like that, and then they disappeared. This is so boomer. Yes, it is, Dispatch, and I'm not ashamed of that. By the way, Dispatch, welcome to the stream. What the hell was going on with all these errors that I was getting on the Bitwave server? I had to switch over to the Bitrave server. What's going on, dude? I can't name a single Taylor Swift song. I think the only one I can name is what? What? No, Romeo and Juliet was one of hers. I was adding you last night. It was during my nightly stream. I was getting like these connection closure, like port closures or whatever, something. I can't remember the error anymore. If you listen to the stream, I read the error out loud. But right now, I had to switch over to Bitrave. The Bitwave server itself just does not work for me. It was buffering like mad. I was getting all sorts of disconnections from the chat. I don't know what's going on. Excuse me. So I just wanted to let you know about that. Yeah, well, I started my stream at what, like around 8 p.m.? Something like that. So I don't know. I mean, I just wanted to let you know about it. That's all. Overall, I think it was local. I think it was localized because many people in chat were saying that it was just fine. It was just for me and maybe a couple of people that it wasn't working that well. Dispatch where you're in a satanic rape party or something. I don't know. Was he? I'm not aware of Dispatch's extracurricular activities. and from the discussions of what he's done with hamsters, I don't know if I want to know. Yeah, I don't look at the GitHub stuff. I really don't. But anyways, yeah, I know it's boomer saying music has changed, but I'm not even criticizing like the change in music. That's the thing. Like I listen to all kinds of music. I listen to music from like I listen to all classical and opera from 15, 1600s, 1700s. I listen to music from the 1910, 20s to present day. I find good music in every decade. I find good music in every there's artists nowadays and in the past. Every decade has certain artists that can produce some good music. I'm not really criticizing that music is changing. The only critique that I have is that you have these singers who have these massive followings, and for what? They really don't have great music. That's where my critique is. And then what did they do? They decided to go all political, and then they cry wolf when you criticize them about going all political. And you're like, well, you can't have it both ways. If you're gonna go full political, guess what? You're gonna have dissenting voices. You're gonna have people that criticize you. You're gonna have people that will not agree with you. And the thing is, with Taylor Swift in particular, with her going political, it's not even just going political, it's just basically insulting people that don't agree with her. It is all marketing. That is true, Dispatch. There is a lot of marketing. But there were some things. My only critique is this. There were things in the past, and certain singers and artists in the past, that kind of went beyond what that marketing was. That's what I mean about music taking a life of its own. You have a status of certain songs and singers that went beyond what the marketing was about. Because these songs were so unique and iconic on their own. And they kind of found a place in people's minds and in people's hearts because people would associate certain things of their lives with these songs. So that's what I mean. But yeah, top 40 is cancer. I kind of have to agree. I am the last DJ. I'll take that title. Why not? I'm surprised that was added to Fat Chat. I thought that was a light chat emote only. But anyways, moving on. I still have plenty of coffee left, so I as long as I have coffee, I'll keep talking. Yeah. I don't know. There's not. Let me check actually one more thing in the news here. There's usually another source that I can use. Two more sources that I look at for all my news here. Whoops. Wrong website. Oh, so it seems like that conservative sites temporarily vanished from search results for a while, and Google is denying that they were blacklisting conservatives. Which, maybe in that particular case, maybe it was really a glitch. I don't know, but Google has manipulated their search results. That's nothing new. There's absolutely nothing new about that. It doesn't surprise me that Google would. Maybe they're working on stuff that happened to get deployed. And apparently, All Sides is losing money because I use this website called allsides.com that shows like news from all different articles, and they have this banner up top that says, "Balanced news isn't making us rich. Bias and sensationalism is much more profitable. Please consider joining All Sides as a member today." Well, I don't know. Poor All Sides. I feel bad. It's a good idea. It's a good idea to get like a news. This is what I do manually. Like I go to different news sources and then I try and find like the commonality between all of them and see where the truth lies. So a website like this, I may consider joining them. My only concern about All Sides, and I've mentioned this in the past, my only concern about this website is that how they define the janning never stops, even with Google. Yes, sir. You just need to listen to more 6ix9ine. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Excuse me. Yeah, that's a possibility. That's definitely a possibility. Um, no, but I mean, like, the only concern I have about All Sides is how they define what is liberal, what is left leaning, and what is conservative, or what is right leaning. Certain outlets they define as just like mildly to the left, like CNN, which is a crock. CNN is incredibly left leaning. It is extremely left leaning. Um, Honestly, what I would love to see, apart from just showing the leanings of the bias that a news outlet has, I would love to know. And I don't know if any website does this. So if anybody knows any website that does this, this would be very interesting. Just to know, how many times has an outlet done retractions on stories? Basically, kind of a truth measure of these outlets. Like, how close to the truth do they get? Because it's not only a matter of bias, because everybody's going to have some bias. You're never going to eliminate bias from news media. I don't believe you are. But I do believe that if you call out the lies, distortions, and fake news articles that come out, which there are plenty, and then you have like ABC has done this. I can count in my mind. I remember seeing 3 or 4 different retractions within not even a year from ABC. NBC has been guilty of it too. CNN has been guilty of it. Fox News has had some retractions too. It's not like they're immune to this sort of thing. A journal would do more retraction than news. Yeah, maybe. Exactly. I know. That's what I mean about the retractions. I know all news outlets do them. But they always put them, they always bury them. Exactly. And that's why I would love to see the number of it, because if they bury, like, if one news outlet does 20 retractions in a month while one does maybe 1 or 2, that's telling. That's telling that one is trying to do something truthful, and every once in a while it doesn't work out, while one is just continuously putting out bull crap, and then they keep retracting because they don't want to be liable. That's where the difference lies. But anyways, I just find that very interesting. And then again, you have going back to the kneeling thing. Another thing that's come up with this whole baseball baloney is you have Fauci, who he's sitting in the stands, which look absolutely empty, which I find hilarious too. Is he's not even wearing his mask, and he's not social distancing. So he tells everybody wear masks, social distance, do all this stuff. Everybody, and on the left, everybody hails Fauci as some sort of saint and hero, and then he doesn't follow his own words. I mean, go figure. And this is another thing that's really, really big right now. It seems like that Trump's job approval rating for black voters, likely black voters, is 40%. Oh yes. So his numbers are doing pretty good. So I would be concerned if I was a Democrat right now. But anyways, like I said, I was running late today. I don't have a whole lot of stuff I want to talk about. I'm not feeling super duper great. So I think I'm going to end the stream now. I just wanted to get in, make a quick stream, talk a little bit about stuff, have a little bit of coffee. Well, it's difficult to tell honesty from transparency, which is why you have to try and use different metrics. No, I didn't talk about the riots. I mean, that's a nightly thing. You have riots every night. And I'm not really going to talk about those today. Maybe we can talk about those tomorrow morning a little bit. But I haven't really looked into all that too much. I know someone was live streaming it last night. What was it, DoomTube? I think it was DoomTube that was streaming it last night. I'm not entirely sure. But let's do this for now, kids, because I need to get off this thing and make sure that on Monday I'm still around to do another stream here, because like I said, I'm not feeling all that great. So I'm going to call it a day. I got to wish everybody a good weekend. And remember, kids, as always, I'm just going to say what I usually say. Oh, actually, before I sign off, let me do just some shameless self-promotion. Follow me on all my social media platforms and video platforms. Twitter, Gab, Parler, Minds, and of course the video platforms YouTube, DLive, Periscope, and Bitwave. Don't forget to follow me on also BitChute and library, lbry.com, for my archiving. I know I'm way the hell behind, but just follow anyways. And if you want to support me, streamlabs.com/theeternalabyss. Every little bit helps, and every little bit is appreciated. And as always, kids, I'm going to sign off. Remember, kids, don't be complacent. We'll see you guys Monday. Have a great weekend.